Hey, Ronnie here from Four Wheeling in Western Australia. Welcome to Modified episode number 20, where we share with you vehicles that have been accessorised and modified for everyday use and for driving. This episode is a special episode because this vehicle that we're about to feature is built for a specific task. So let's meet the owner and find out what it's all about. Royce, how you going, mate?
Good, thanks, Harry.
Not too bad.
It's good.
Who we got here?
This is Trigger, my best mate.
Big dog.
Yeah, he's
Big fella.
He's a big sook though, so it's good.
Rightio, folks. So Royce and Trigger, they've set up this vehicle. Basically, you're going to be living out of this vehicle for a while.
Yeah, that's right.
So
So
you're a bit of a mission.
yeah, we've set up this vehicle to travel around Australia and raise awareness for post-traumatic stress disorder.
All right. So do you want to tell our audience the specs or make and model of this vehicle?
Yep, it's a 1988 Land Rover 110 FFR. So this is what the Australian Army had.
So it's what the Australian Army ordered.
Yep,
Yeah.
yeah. This is the FFR variant, so it was fitted for radio, so it's slightly different. It's a 3.9 litre Isuzu diesel engine, which is naturally aspirated. It's a 4-speed manual. It's got constant four-wheel drive with a centre diff lock.
Awesome. Well, I'm pretty keen to walk through this vehicle, so let's get straight into it, eh? Royce, we'll start with the bar work. Now, this obviously came with the vehicle, so...
Yep, that's right. The Australian Army ordered 2 batches of these from Land Rover, and they were completely different to the civilian ones. And yeah, this bar was something they requested. It's got lift points so they can fly around, and it's pretty much how it is.
Looks very, very heavy duty. Like
Yeah.
these points here. So these are lift and recovery point, I take it.
Yeah, whatever you see fit.
Bash guards underneath, they look pretty darn solid too. That's a 5mm thick steel here.
Yep, yeah, they're pretty rugged machines. I mean, they have to be reliable. So
We're now onto the rear bar, another heavy duty looking thing.
once again, it's got more lift points. This thing of a tow bar system,
Yeah.
which is useless unless you've got a military trailer. But
Oh, okay, so it's designed for, military trailer. Spare tyres under there.
yeah,
Just one spare?
just one at the moment. Yeah, I might consider getting another one.
Yep. So obviously everything on this bar came with it.
Yeah, everything's how the Army ordered it. The only change I've done is I've added a tap here, which is hooked up 60-litre water tank, which is under a false floor.
On a pump or gravity fed?
Just gravity fed.
So we're now onto roof rack, Royce.
Yeah, the FFRs were fitted with a roof rack. The regular Rovers weren't. Not sure of the purpose, but I do remember they had a big cam net rolled up on the roof. And when they set up their antennas for the comms, they would unroll the cam net and it would help hide the vehicle.
Oh, because it was like a communication vehicle, keep
Yep.
it sort of out of sight.
Yeah.
So does that explain what these things are for then?
Yep, that's where they had antennas set up, and these is for the cord to go back through inside and hook up to the radios.
Being a communication vehicle, I would guess that this thing used to have a lot of batteries, or still does.
Yep, it's set up to hold at least 5 pretty big batteries.
5 batteries.
Yeah, that's what these doors here are.
Okay. Oh, so when you say 5, you're including the one that it would have had for running the car?
Yep, the starter battery and then 4 auxiliary batteries.
Solar panel?
Yep, that's an 80-watt solar panel that I added to help keep everything going. I think it's just enough to cancel out the fridge, so
Yep.
it can run all day, every day.
Royce, we'll start with these
Yep,
spotties.
these are just a 70-watt LED light. It's got 4 spreaders and 3 pencil beams.
Oh, yeah, a bit of a combination.
Yep, just a combination, and it's a 24-inch light bar.
Have you had them on at night?
Yeah, they're really good.
Pretty bright? Yeah.
Well, compared to these, which is like a candle behind a piece of glass, these are necessary. Yeah.
What are these things?
These are for tack driving, so you can drive fully blacked out and you can pretty much go undetected at night.
Oh, there's a little slit here.
So I wasn't in transport, so I could be wrong, but it looks like the light sort of put down there.
So you can just see where you're going.
Just see, yeah. And with night vision, it's probably pretty good.
Radio, whip for AM, FM?
Yeah, initially I started walking around Australia and had a cart that I was pushing, and this has come off that. So
Oh, that's the one in the back, eh?
yeah, so
I will check that out after, yeah.
yeah, half the cart's in there. Still set up how I was walking, which worked out well.
Cool. And your UHF up there looks like a 3dB.
Yep, yeah, it's obviously line of sight, so on the roof's
Yeah.
the best spot, and I've got a longer whip I can screw on.
Something we don't normally see on a bonnet, so we're going to cover this in light and comms as well. So you got your whole tool set here. So
Yep.
obviously another military thing.
Yeah, it's just a spade, axe and a mattock, which would definitely come in handy. You can always use it. They're in a good spot out of the way.
Rightio, we're going to check out the power plant on Royce's machine here, and pretty eager to see what's under here. Interesting latch.
Yep, it's Army Edition, probably a safety.
It's even painted yellow safety colour.
Yep.
Isuzu.
Yep, so it's just an Isuzu 3.9 litre NA diesel.
Old school engine, big air filter you got here.
Yeah, it's a massive airbox, probably because they're always out in the bush. So yeah, it's a bit different under here.
So you got an alternator here, but I'm looking at this big thing down here which kind of looks like a giant alternator or generator or something.
Yeah, so the regular alternator is for the starter battery, and that thing is like a big alternator or a generator. Has big cables back to the battery boxes and would keep all 4 batteries charged. So
Oh yeah, well, 4 batteries, that makes sense.
and it ran a 24 volt system.
At a guess, when they had the communications running, they'd just start the car, start the Defender, and then basically that'll power everything then?
Yeah, they would switch them on and off and just keep everything going. It's not hooked up now, it's a bit of overkill for the system we've got.
So everything's pretty well kept stock in the engine because just kept reliable, it's working the way it is.
Yeah, they're good and reliable as is, so there's no, if it
Yeah.
ain't broke, don't fix it.
Righto folks, Royce is just opening the canopy up there as you can see, and we'll have a look inside. Trigger's having a bit of a drink. So is this where Trigger sleeps? I'll
Yep.
take it.
So all this space, which is majority of the space, is set up for Trigger. He's got 2 mattresses on top of each other, and it's a cool little spot where he can stretch out, lay down for the long travelling hours, or he can sit up the front, depends.
Yeah.
He does what he wants.
Well, I've got to ask them, where do you sleep?
I'll just roll out the swag on the floor.
Okay, so, so Trigger gets the comfort.
Yeah.
Fridge.
Yeah, it's a 40 litre Angel. It's a luxury for me, which I'm excited to have.
So now at the back, so go from your fridge to your, so this is your swag obviously.
Yep, just a basic swag.
Should we pull it out so we can have a look? What's behind? Food boxes. This looks a bit used.
Yeah, that's a,
Do you wear that in your walk or?
nah, it was attached to the cart on the walk.
Yeah.
And that's a patrol pack that I used in Afghanistan.
Oh, so this is from your service.
Yep,
Yeah.
it's a
Cool.
good bag, it's just very durable.
Gas stove.
Yeah, very simple. I'm travelling really light. Basically what I had when I was walking and pushing everything is all I've got now. I've got the luxury of a fridge and obviously a vehicle.
So you added this cargo barrier to it?
Yeah, I put that net in just to put some stuff up out of the way. Triggers takes up a lot of space,
Yeah.
and light things are fine for up there.
Fishing rod. Do
Yeah,
we fishing?
got to have one just in case, find
Yeah.
a spot.
And you're now going to show us this box that you were dragging, or the cart you were dragging with you when you
Yeah.
did your walk.
Yeah, so this box sat on top of a frame with wheels, and in the frame was a bed for Trigger.
Yeah.
And initially we did a walk, we covered about 800 Ks, pushing all our gear. And that's why this still has solar panels on it, because this was a self-sufficient box with power, lights, little batteries, and it worked really well. So I thought I'd use it for the vehicle, and it's still wired up how it was even with the FM radio and the CB, which is, it's just over the shoulder of the driver, which there's no space in the
yeah.
dash for anything
Yep.
like that, so it worked out well.
Oh, cool. So the whole thing works in with your cab. Well, we'll look at the cab when we get to the cab, but I
Yeah,
see what you mean there, yeah.
and the reason I use this is it's lockable storage.
Yeah.
So there's really nowhere lockable in this, so it's secure. And yeah, at the moment there's just some stuff in it. I'm still organising where everything will go, but that'll sort itself out.
Is that Prince Charles?
Yeah, that's a photo. So I started a photo collage when I was walking. I planned to stick a lot of photos on there, and we were invited, Trigger and I were invited to Canberra to meet Malcolm Turnbull and Prince Charles when he was last here.
Yeah.
We had a cup of tea with him, so that was something different.
Yeah, right. So I notice you've got power switchboard here. So you're running this power switchboard now in the vehicle as well?
Yep, so this box is wired up how it was on the walk, but now it's on its own relay and fuse. And then the vehicle, it's tapped into the vehicle system. But we've got 2 cigarette power sockets, 2 USB points, and if you flick that top left switch, it's still the LED lights
in here
that I had on the road before.
We're now in the interior of the Land Rover, and Royce is going to show us through what he's got inside. Right, I think we'll start with your radio before Trigger hops in the shot.
Yep. So this was, when I was pushing the cart, this was what I looked at all day. It's just got the UHF, FM, AM, and the cart had a voltmeter, so I knew what was going on with the little batteries I had. We've since hooked this up on its own relay in the vehicle system, so it all runs as it did, but running off the main power the vehicle has.
Okay, and that's a 40 channel radio?
Yeah, it's a 40 channel.
And Red Arc system?
Yep, so that's the remote monitor for the system. You can go through all the stats. The amount of info it gives you is crazy. It even tells you the temperature of the batteries.
So you got a battery under this seat here, and you said you had 2 more batteries somewhere?
Yeah, I've got 2 batteries on the driver's side compartment.
On that compartment, okay.
Yeah, and this system runs that and organises the solar and the alternator and everything. This is a relay box which has everything hooked up to relays and fuses, and it's a couple of ex-army comms techs wired up the car, and they went to town on it. If in here, if a fuse is blown, a light comes on, so you know exactly where the issue is.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
That's a pretty cool feature.
Yeah.
This is your mapping, obviously?
Yeah, I just wanted a tablet that had the GPS function without using data, obviously, so wherever you are, you've always got it. So Samsung did that, and I just run Aussie Explorer, and I've got a heap of maps, and it automatically changes maps. And
oh, when you enter different areas, gives you the most detail.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
It's a cool system.
Now to your dash, so I'll cover what you've put in first. So you got, these are obviously switches for your lights at the front and your work light at the back.
Yep.
And map light, official Army map light, I take it?
Yeah, the key has to be on.
Yep, that's pretty cool. Blackout normal lighting reduced. So is this for the tack driving you're talking about?
Yeah, just all the different settings to black out batteries or whatever.
Yeah. Oh, and you got dash dimmer. And what's this flappy thing here?
That just...
part of tack driving?
Yeah, when they're driving blacked out, they'll flip that up so it covers all the lights, and it's just got a pinhole that they have to memorise every light.
Oh, yeah. Oh, and you got a spot device on the dash.
Yeah, so
Gen 3.
people following on Facebook can see where we are.
Oh, so you linked it up to there.
Yeah, so just if they're interested, they can see where we are at any given time.
Yeah, cool. Right, well, I think that's the dash pretty well covered. Oh, you got this center console here as well. Is that was part of the... Well, did you add this?
Yeah, I made that just out of plywood and a bit of aluminium up the front.
You kept it very, like looking the same.
Yeah, I tried to keep it, have that theme.
Yeah. So what was here before then?
A rifle rack that used to hold F-88 Oz style assault rifles. So.
Oh, okay. So.
Yeah, they would sort of point out there. I figured I wouldn't need that.
Yeah. Yeah, very cool. So we have seen the whole vehicle. We've gone everything through everything on it, we've seen like there's a lot of stuff here that's specifically set up for what you're about to do. So can you elaborate a bit more on how you're going to go living in this vehicle and what you're actually doing?
Yeah, well, the whole purpose is to travel around Australia with Trigger and raise awareness of post-traumatic stress disorder and just get people talking about struggling and realise they're not alone. We started walking. As we saw, that box was the top of the cart which held all my stuff, and we covered about 800 k's, and what I realised doing that is everywhere I stopped I met someone with post-traumatic stress disorder, and it was way more far spread than I initially thought. So we sort of refined the plan and got a vehicle, because the goal was to raise awareness of PTSD, not walk around Australia. So we've got the same goal, just with a different method. We're travelling very light. I've got the same gear I had when I was walking, but now I have the luxury of a fridge. Other than that, yeah, pretty basic, so it should be good.
So with Trigger's Big Trek, you're clearly going to be covering a lot of Ks. If you're going to head to Melbourne before Anzac Day, and then you're going to do a lap of Australia. Is that the plan?
Yeah.
To go around?
Yeah.
So for you to do this, what kind of mods do you think are essential for that? Like, I'm just going to ask you top 3 mods for this particular mission you're on.
In this vehicle, it's definitely lacking in headlights, so spotlights will be probably the best thing that's been added. I think you've always want to have comms for emergencies or whatever, so UHF is always good. And obviously the luxury of a fridge will be nice.
Yeah.
Other than that, it's pretty basic.
And my next question for you is, well, I think I know the answer to this one, but what is the one thing you must have with you at any given stage on this trip?
But I'd probably be Trigger. I can't say anything else. Yeah, no, he's really good, great companion. So.
Yeah. When we touched on what you had in the cab, we saw the spot, so people can follow you on the spot, like every move, every time you send a signal out.
Yep.
How can these people follow you? You said it goes on Facebook or something?
Yeah, so if people search on Facebook for Trigger's Big Trek, if you type that in, our page will come up, and they click follow or like, and then there'll be regular updates, regular photos, daily videos, and there's a link there where they can see where we are live on a map.
Those links, people, they will be down in the description below, and do check out the web page, because that's going to have all your links there as well, and a couple of the updates as well from Trigger's Big Trek. Anything else you want to add?
I think that's it.
Put you on a spot there. Well, thanks for bringing Trigger. And is he sleeping?
Nah, he just snores with his eyes open.
Well, thanks for showcasing your vehicle.
No worries.
Pleasure to have you and Trigger on here.
Thanks for having us.
Hey boy. You can subscribe right here. More information on the vehicle and Trigger's Big Trek, go to the website, or you can find them on Facebook too. But the links will be down below and on the website itself. Thanks for watching. See you in another video.